Lord, Lord, Lord. Look at us nice and early today. I don't think you guys have ever seen me this early. But, you know what? Didn't have to take the kid to shul because the shul was closed for the day. So, I decided I would go live and get it out of the way. Especially considering nobody's going to be here anyway. So, let's just get this done. You know what? That part that you need help with, your brother can explain it to you.
Well, explain it to him.
I mean, you know how to, what are you doing?
Checking my game.
Why?
Because I won't be able to do it for a while, so
Okay, would it matter?
yes.
Why?
I get the stuff and then
Okay, but what would it matter if you did it now or in a couple hours?
if I do it in a couple hours, then that's the time where I have to check it out. I can't just check it in the morning and get it out of the way.
That doesn't make any sense. Put it down.
No, it does.
Okay, so wait. If you do it now, if you do it in a couple hours, that's the time where you have to check it because you what?
That's when like the next day I'll have to check it at that time instead of just the normal time, which is
What would it matter?
Because if it's in the middle of the day,
It's not going to be in the middle of the day.
Yes, it is. It's going to take a long. Yes.
Only if you do this. But again, I don't understand why you need to do it now and not in a little while. What's the difference?
Because then
come up with something good.
The rest of the days I have to check it like that.
Why? Why do you have to check it at the same time?
Because the rewards won't be ready. It's daily rewards.
Okay, daily mean 24 hours.
Yes.
Right. So if you check it in a couple of hours, it's going to be the same rewards it was before.
No, it won't. It'll be at that time. It won't be at the time that it's used that I have it set now.
That what?
The game. So when you check the game's timer restarts, and you have to wait another 24 hours.
So what would waiting 2 hours matter?
The time would get reset to 2 hours.
Okay, and then tomorrow when you recheck it, well, actually, the time's going to be way off anyway, starting now because of vacation. You won't be checking it at this time every day anyway. No, you won't, because you won't be up this early. So put it down and finish your work.
You finish what I'm doing.
Seriously?
Yes.
So you just want to lose it for the day then?
Can I just finish what I'm doing? I'm almost done with it. I only have 2 more games.
Okay, you can wait.
Why do I have to wait?
I just went through this with you, and I'm not going to keep doing this. Put it down.
But I don't want the time to restart.
Nicholas, the time is going to restart anyway because you just started vacation, and you will not be up this early throughout the rest of the next couple weeks.
I will be up this early. I've been
Nick,
up this early.
I have known you for... You're going to make me do it.
What?
Yeah, no, you should have just listened. Eat that last banana, please.
I should have just listened. No.
Oh, you shouldn't? You shouldn't just listen to your parents?
No.
Especially when it's something super important, like a video game?
It's important to me.
Okay, I get it, but that doesn't discount any of the things that are being said to you. It's important to you because you like it. It's not important because it matters in any sort of way. I don't know why you just did this, but you did, so okay.
When do I get my phone back?
I don't know. We'll see. I mean, this all could be a lot easier than you make it, dude.
Yeah, just listen.
Yeah, that's sort of what you're supposed to do when adults talk to you, right?
Yeah, unless they're wrong.
What am I wrong about?
The time will restart.
I don't care about the time. I don't care about that. And that's
What's the point of you?
That's nonsense. And again, you're going to wake up at like 10:30 or so tomorrow, like you do every time you're not at school. So then the time would reset, wouldn't it?
No.
Oh, then it wouldn't reset?
No, because I'm not gonna wake up at that time. I'm gonna wake up around 8 or something.
You never do.
Yes, I do. I wake up like that in the weekends.
Okay. You know what? You want to keep playing this game? I'm not gonna play. This is dumb. You don't. You sleep until at least 10 o'clock on most days. Especially when you stay up a lot later because you don't have school in the morning. You just don't want to... Shut up, Nate. You just don't want to admit that you're wrong. And that, yeah, even if there wasn't the vacation starting, tomorrow would be Saturday. And Saturday, you sleep in. resetting the timer.
Yeah.
Yo,
For all the games that Nick has to check, he has a full 24 hours before it resets.
cool. Are you on his team or my team?
You.
No. You're on your brother's team. Yeah. You're not sitting here trying to make it worse for him.
Well,
Eat your
he
food.
doesn't know how to play.
Ugh.
Oh, yeah.
What?
He's a cheater, I tell ya.
Seriously. If you're going to have a grumpy attitude and make this worse, it's not going to work out for you.
Okay, I don't have a grumpy attitude. I have an attitude now because you came back down here.
Oh,
And I
you didn't have an attitude this whole time?
I had a
It just
smile.
seemed like it. My bad. My bad. Again, another one of these things I just don't know what I'm talking about, right?
Yes, you were wrong this time. I had a smile on my face. I was about to joke. I was about to say something that was
You know
nice.
what? If that was the case, then you could have said, "No, Dad, I was just joking." Did you do that?
You came back down.
I did, and I said, if you're going to have an attitude,
What
you're
I
just
didn't-
going to make things a lot worse. I didn't say anything mean or bad or anything. I just told you, if you're going to have an attitude, you could have said, "No, Dad, I didn't have an attitude. It's all good." Right? That could have been the response.
Yes.
But then I got what?
me.
Which was an
Yeah.
attitude?
Yes.
Oh, so I was right.
No, because I'm frustrated. 'cause
So
you came back down
in
and
that split second when I said if you're gonna have an attitude, you're gonna make things worse, that's when the attitude kicked on.
Yes.
That makes sense.
Yes. I have an attitude because you came
Nicholas, stop.
back. I didn't do anything.
You're still gonna keep going with
I have
this.
not done anything.
Okay, well, I guess once you figure it out, then we'll talk, okay? But definitely not getting your phone back any. Oh, so much fun. They know everything, you know. So I did want to look something up today. I stumbled across it, and I had forgotten about it. Well, I guess I hadn't forgotten about it, but I remember hearing about it, but it just disappeared. So I look up Gabriella Rico Jimenez. And I wanted to see what this narrative is. So, let's see how this works. IMBD actually has a page for it. That's interesting. The strange case of Gabriela Rico Jimenez. And this is a podcast episode. That's what this is sort of breaking down, I guess. But there's literally nothing here. It's a 12-minute podcast, and there's nothing there. All right, let's see. Let's look up.
In 2009, Gabriella Rico.
About to join the army.
In 2009, Gabriella Rico Jimenez screamed, "They ate humans," outside a Monterey hotel. But this wasn't just crazy talk. Cannibalism here represents the ultimate exploitation, being consumed physically, sexually, or emotionally by those who prey on the vulnerable. Her cry tapped into our deepest fear, being devoured to satisfy another's needs, the root of all evil, hunger itself. She yearned for robotic parents, incorruptible protectors immune to hunger, lust, or cruelty that drive human exploitation. Through projection, she placed all evil outside herself, in elites, in royalty, while regressing to a childlike cry for rescue. Her outburst was a desperate public signal, a call for help from someone who
Bro,
felt
this is
hunted
weird.
in an
Like,
uncaring
and you
world.
look at the comment
Whether
section,
real
and
or
they're just like,
imagined,
"Who paid
her
you to make
video
this
revealed
cover-up
an
video?"
emotional
None of what
truth,
Gabriella
the
said is
terror of being
metaphoric.
consumed by predators.
That's strange. What the fuck? All right, so we'll try here. definitely really strange how there's like nothing. Oh, okay, here we go. Gabriela Jimenez Ramirez. That's not who I'm talking about. It's strange that there's no like actual Augo, what's going on? There's no. What is speaker.com? Let's see, speaker.com. On August 3rd, 2009, a tall, thin, screaming woman appeared outside a Monterey hotel claiming she'd been imprisoned by the elites and spouted off a long list of crimes and conspiracies. The woman was Mexican supermodel Gabriela Rico Jimenez. What did she know? And then that's it. That is really strange. The Mirror. All right, let's see what the Mirror has to say. The story of Mexican supermodel Gabriela Rico Jimenez, who disappeared 15 years ago after ranting about how the elite ate humans, has resurfaced after being discussed on a podcast. That's really strange. The fact that she just disappeared should say enough. Gabriela Rico Jimenez was 21 years old when she vanished back in 2009. The strange disappearance came after she made several claims about a host of powerful people. The case has been thrown into the spotlight again after more than a decade after being told on the Mexican Unexplained podcast. A clip of Gabriela appearing emotional and ranting went viral at the time and led to her subsequent arrest. The incident happened outside a luxury hotel in Monterey, Nuevo Leon. Monterey, Nuevo Leon after a party. The model emerged with a ripped shirt which had the words yum yum on it and in a state. That is fucking crazy. She went on to make accusations about the royal family, Disney, and one of the richest, most powerful men in Mexico. As a result, a crowd started to form and heard as she claimed the likes of Queen Elizabeth stole children and ate human flesh. Not long later, she was whisked away by police, never to be seen again. During the outburst, Gabriela said, "I wanted my freedom. Monterey freed me, but it cost me a lot of work." Gabriela is heard shouting in the 15-year-old clip, which shocked the country. "I was in Mexico City for a year and 4 months," she continues, shouting in Spanish. "All this began in mid-2001. I barely remember." Why would she do this? What would be the benefit of this? She was a supermodel, right? So she had the career. She already had her position. And the only thing that came from it was literally nothing. She disappeared. So what would be her motivation for faking this? The model went on to plead for her freedom and made claims she was being held against her will. She also makes claims of murder and cannibalism while dropping some big names in the process. "They were young and powerful, and they killed them," she continued. "I've been knocking on doors. What I wanted was my freedom. I want my freedom. Carlos Sim Damit knew about this. I want my freedom," she continues, referring to the son of the owner of Telmex, a multi-billion-dollar phone company based in Mexico. "It hurts my soul that they took him away," she adds. With police at this point arriving at the increasingly chaotic scene, she was handcuffed by authorities just as she made claims others were eating humans. The rant was aired in Spanish with the news report still circulating today. She yells, "Leave me alone," as members of the DIF police of Monterey swarm around her. Distressed, she continues, "They have already taken me to the police station, and they told me that they knew nothing. They took me to the general hospital. You were there. Get the fuck. You killed Moreno. The Moreno she had been referring to was Juan Camilo Moreno Terranas, a high-ranking Mexican politician affiliated with the National Action Party. He died in 2008. He died in the 2008 Mexico City Learjet crash a few months before, and was the Secretary of the Interior in the cabinet of then President Felipe Calderon. The government plane he was on crashed into rush hour traffic near an intersection, with some claiming it was under mysterious circumstances. All 9 people on board, as well as 7 on the ground, died. Marino was 37. Gabriella's rant continued as she pointed at another officer. They told me who did they kill? The Queen of England? The Queen of Germany? Did they kill the princess and Mickey Mouse? It was also him. What? Nothing is going on. Nothing is going to come here. The people where you come from are crazy. They killed a lot of people. Death to that kind of human. Go away. I mean, somebody in her position who has escaped something, has a fucking ripped shirt on that says yum yum, and is saying crazy shit. Probably, she's escaped something. So the fact that she's, saying some crazy shit, she's probably struggling to stay conscious, to stay in reality. Quickly, the model's accusations became grotesque, and claims were made about cannibalism from upper class. She said, "They ate humans. Disgusting. They ate humans. I wasn't aware of anything. Of the murders, yes, but they ate humans. Humans. They smell like human flesh. You are not going to take me until this is clarified. You already took me there. Let me go." Footage of Gabriella being taken away is voiced over by a narrator who says, "This is the sad reality of young Gabriela Rico Jimenez, who, as you saw a moment ago, tried to attack the police officer who managed to take her." I mean, listen, this wouldn't be nearly as crazy if she didn't disappear. If it could be explained as, she was all fucked up, got some bad Molly or some shit, and, was freaking out, but now she's doing better, this, that, and the other, that would be one thing. But the fact she's completely disappeared is really strange. It's believed after Gabriella was arrested, she was taken to jail before being sent to a psychiatric center of the Buenos Aires colony, where she would stay indefinitely until she received help. No update has been given since 2013. Many of those interested have honed in on the mention of the son of now 84-year-old Slim of... God damn it, what is going on here? Look at all this shit just, popping up on the feed. It's trying to stop me from reading this shit. Weird. 84-year-old Slim, in particular, who went on to become the richest man in the world the following year, from 2010 to 2013, involved in the business industry, more than $100 billion. That doesn't even make sense. What is $100 billion value? Like Angela said yesterday, it's like saying a bebop bebop blah bop bop. He's worth a figgity. It doesn't even matter. $100 billion. How do you keep working? You've won. You beat the game, and you're still playing that shit. I mean, I think of it as like a video game where, after you beat it, you just get to run and do nothing. Or the character just waves at you, and you're like, okay, now what? And you're just going to sit there and just keep waiting for something else to happen? One alleged witness to the breakdown claimed to have spoken with her at an unspecified location where she was sent after her arrest. The person, who only described themselves as a law student, said, "At the time, I was in the same place where the girl was taken after being detained. I was doing my practices in that place. I'm a law graduate. I still remember her face full of despair, fear, and anguish. She felt very weary of the environment and a strange feeling. She felt very weary of the environment and a strange feeling, they continued, before describing the alleged interaction. What part is the quote? Where does the quote end? I approached her and asked her some questions. Name, name if I knew where she lived, etc. Name, comma, if I knew where she lived, etc. She told me we were all dead, that we were all dead, that we were among them, among other things rare, that simply left me paralyzed. After 20 minutes of being with her, some tall, well-dressed people arrived. The person claimed they practically pulled me out of there. They continued explaining how they went to senior officers in the ministry the following day and told them about the issues and requested some more information on behalf of the woman's family. They just laughed, really. They added, I got a shiver and left. I left everything and left Monterey. That's really interesting. This is a very fucking interesting story. I mean, this is the scariest shit you can imagine. This is somebody that finally escaped the situation and was trying to get some help, and people just stood around and filmed her. I mean, it's really hard to say, because, like, think about the crazies that you've seen in your life. But when we're talking about a supermodel who is in a ripped shirt that says yum yum and is saying all of these things, don't you help her?
She sounded like a crazy person, so I'd probably be afraid of her.
I know that you were supposed to be.
It was rambling and.
Well, she does make sense, and she it's not
from what you just read.
Well, no, that was what the person that they interviewed said, or that was what a witness had said. But even still, like, again, it's one thing if they're just, this is just some crazy person, and I'm not saying you shouldn't help them or anything, but this is very specific. This isn't what crazy people rant about. Crazy people, especially some Mexican broad who's probably Catholic, she's going to rant about Jesus is coming and the devil, and, like, that's the kind of shit that crazy people rant about.
They're after me and they're eating humans.
I mean, that's a very specific, long-standing, when you say, if she were to say, I escaped a room full of clowns and they were, I don't know. I mean, the thing is, if she were to have said, they're eating dogs and cats and shit, people would have lost their minds. Angela would have lost her mind. But, this is very specific. You're not talking about someone with sores all over their body and all dirty and might be trying to pull one over on you. You're talking about somebody who you would look and be like, what the hell what is she, This is really strange how little information there is about it and how it's just like, there's just really nothing here. Let's see this. This is, I highlight and explore the missing model from Mexico named Gabriela Rico Jimenez, who went viral in 2009 when her emotional outburst and arrest outside a luxury hotel led to her disappearance ever since. Why was she arrested? I mean, it's if somebody is like, begging for help, chair fell down. If somebody is begging for help and you know, saying these things, like, the police don't rush in and arrest that person. Why would they arrest her? I mean, there's so many little bits and pieces of this that make it kind of strange. Crazy old doggo has been telling you they have been doing this for years. Oh yeah? You've been telling me this? And what? I've been like, no, they haven't. Yeah, but this is pretty standard stuff. That's why I just said it. This is pretty standard stuff. You know what's interesting is when you see the shit I posted here. Let me see this real quick, may I? So this is a really interesting video here. Oh, we're not gonna be allowed to see it? Why would my shit look like that? What? Huh? Oh, you gotta be kidding me. You gotta come. Do you hear this? Just gonna sit there? Oh, Jesus. Why did this happen? Were you out here with him? Oh, you threw the toy at the tree.
I did not throw the toy at the tree. I promised you I did not throw the toy at the tree.
Then how did it get there?
Broly was grabbing.
Stop yelling.
Broly was doing, like, biting it and messing with it.
Go.
Because I did throw it in here.
Okay.
It landed right here.
Okay. So you knew it landed right there?
Yes.
It landed right there, so Broly picked it up and brought it over to the tree?
Broly brought it right here and he was just gnawing on it. I did not throw it at the tree. I do not have that force. I did not have that force.
You messed up.
Yeah, I can't. How would it...
Really, really easily. From right there to right here is very easy. What are you talking about?
How? I don't have that good aim.
Nicholas, you can throw that. I can literally see you. It's a straight shot.
I did not throw it at it. No, I did. You did not know. You did
Nick,
not. It was
Nick,
the lights.
you clearly did.
I didn't. I promise
Nick.
you I didn't.
Nick.
What? I didn't do it.
No, you did.
No, I didn't.
Okay, well, you want to keep arguing? Cool. We already took your phone for the day. You want to lose more?
I didn't do it, though.
You did. Not
No,
saying you did it on purpose, but you accidentally did.
I watched it.
Okay, so you're saying it hit right here and then somehow got itself tangled up in the tree and in the lights.
Broly brought it in his mouth, brought it over here.
No, he didn't.
Started gnawing on it.
No, he didn't.
Yes, it did. Because then he pulled on it, and it fell on him.
How do you know? You couldn't see
I watched it.
Oh, so you could watch him do all of that from your room, but you couldn't throw something a straight shot. Yep, that makes sense, dude.
Oh my God. Believe what you want.
I will. I will. And you're just making it worse.
Okay, I'm not lying, but okay.
Okay. David Icke was right. I don't think so. I mean, David Icke wouldn't have been allowed to exist if David Icke was right. That's the problem that most people just refuse to acknowledge. So apparently it's not going to let me show this? That's really weird. Oh yeah, let me do this real quick. Bia. You know how this could have went a lot better? Yeah, Dad, I think I might have accidentally thrown it and hit the tree. I got to be more careful. I'll be more careful next time. That would have easily ended all of it.
Easily, but I didn't do that.
Yep, okay, Nick. It just happened. Let's see. Sorry, guys. Just trying to. Throw it to Kelly, too. Let's throw it to Kelly. Throw it at Kelly. Ooh, yeah. Ooh, yeah. I want to show you guys something, but this is an important video. So check this one out. This is a big video going viral. Police are attacking a woman, spraying her with mace. Obviously, it's a female cop, and female cops, you know how I feel. I don't think they should be allowed to exist. But look at. So they're attacking and spraying this woman, right? These are ICE agents. So let me ask you a question. Why? What's up, Jim? Why would they spray the woman but leave the cameraman alone? Why wouldn't they have stopped the cameraman from documenting their crime? And if you pay attention, you'll see that quite a lot, actually. You know, every time there's one of those videos that goes viral of police doing this, that, and the other, especially when they're like attacking an entire group of people. But yet, for some reason, the cameraman is always allowed, is never attacked. And, you know, it's because they know those videos are going to go live. If anything, shit, they might be crisis actors, exactly. They're setting up these scenarios to show us that it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what we do. It doesn't matter who we talk to. It doesn't matter, you know. And the crazy part is I was trying to show you guys a different video, but apparently shit's just not going to load on my feed today. But this video was supposed to be the truth is coming out. It's been this way for years. So it's coming out that, you know, Epstein was nothing. Epstein was exactly what I've been telling you guys the whole time. Epstein was who we were supposed to see. Ghislaine was the power behind the throne, just like with Trump and Melania. Melania is the power behind that throne. She is the Israeli connection. You know, I mean, it's so difficult because I know I was really into something yesterday and I forgot what I was talking about yesterday. And I needed to continue researching that. Yes, you know, today I was going to keep looking into it. But it's like you come across new shit every day. And maybe that's why it is that way. You know, I used to say that all the time too. In that, you know, there's a reason why they bombard us with so many different conspiracies, so many different videos and narratives that come up and you know, like if you remember that year, you know, I believe it was, I don't remember, 17 maybe, 8, no, it was actually later than that. It was the you know, yeah, it was 18. It was 18. That time frame, basically once Trump got in office, it's been going on for a long time, but really when Trump got in office, they just started rapid firing conspiracies at us so that you can't stay on any one thing for too long. If you stay on one thing for too long, you might actually figure it out. So if they can we have satellites. But this is, it's rapid fire. It's done like this on purpose. It basically spreads you thin. If they don't spread you too thin, then you can see it for what it is. Like if Kennedy assassination happened today, with the internet being what it was, even if 9/11 happened today, with the internet being what it is, and with our ability to scrutinize like we can, and other, like, don't you think it's weird that they waited, or they didn't wait for the digital switch when it came to 9/11? The digital switch, when we went from analog to digital, happened right after 9/11. Which is weird, because you think like the analog version makes it look more fake, but really, does it? I mean, go look at Terminator 2 compared to any movie from today. Any fucking movie from today. Why were they so capable back in Terminator 2 days with the special effects, and they've seemingly fallen off so hard? These are all connected pieces. Do I know what each piece connects to and why? And no. But I do know it's a piece. And when you see the pieces, you should name them. You should see them. You should out them. Oh, I thought this was going to say more. She accused Carlos Slim of living in a subterranean base and stealing children of high-placed politicians and eating human flesh. Strange, man. This is strange. This is fucking strange that there is no, official... No news station did anything about this. All of these stories I'm looking up are, TikTok and, Gabrielle Jimenez Ramirez. Nope, that's a different person. But these are all just Reddit pages and... Entertainment Now. Let's see. Entertainment Now... A new podcast is drawing more attention to the 2009 disappearance of Mexican woman named Gabriela Rico Jimenez, whom some have called a supermodel, although there is no evidence she ever was one. The public disappearance of Gabriela Rico Jimenez has been featured in a new podcast called Mexico Unexplained. The podcast is titled The Mysterious Disappearance of Mexican Supermodel Gabriela Rico Jimenez. The story starts, according to the podcast, with a video that emerged in 2009 showing a woman identified as Jimenez making bizarre claims about prominent people. It's not, but see, that's just it. It's not bizarre. They're awful. They're horrendous, but they're not bizarre. If you know anything about Hollywood and those I hate calling them elites. They're not better. So a Mexican supermodel was found historian and ranting in front of a hotel. What happened to her? It says. However, according to the podcast website for the episode, researchers have been unable to verify her modeling career, even though at the time of the viral rant, she was described as a Mexican supermodel in the same league as Christy Turlington, Linda Evangelista, or Naomi Campbell by bloggers. The podcast website says. Well, I mean, you don't think they could make her career disappear? You don't think they could take down anything that happens to have her in it, or even edit it to take her out? Like, what's up, Karen? It explores the conspiracy theories that have emerged since the video captured the rant outside the hotel, with Jimenez's whereabouts after that point never being determined publicly. The website for the Mexico Unexplained podcast on Jimenez says that a local news clip broadcast a story about Jimenez on the morning of August 4, 2009 in Monterrey, Mexico. The news clip, which is available for viewing on the podcast site, showed, quote, a very distraught young woman, who was very tall and very thin, and wearing a ripped shirt which read, Yum Yum. That's fucking weird. The site says, adding, the woman was ranting and walking around erratically. In the video that aired on the news station, Jimenez, according to Mexico Unexplained, said the following: I want my freedom. Monterrey freed me, but it cost me a lot of work. I was in... What's up?
be down in a second.
Do you know that the best way to learn something is to teach? They were young and powerful, and they killed them. I've been knocking on doors. I want my freedom. I want my freedom. What I wanted was my freedom. I want my freedom. Carlos Slim knew about this. I want my freedom. It hurts my soul that they took him away. She leveled allegations against the royal family, Disney, and one of Mexico's wealthiest men, Carlos Slim. The reference to Slim has generated news coverage. His name is Carlos Slim? Carlos Slim. What kind of last name is Slim? Slim has a net worth of more than $98 billion, according to Forbes, which reported Mexico's richest person, Carlos Slim Hilu, and his family control America Movil, Latin America's biggest mobile telecom firm. According to the podcast, you were there, blah, blah, blah. Death go away. Yeah, we already read that part. According to the podcast website, conspiracy theories have taken root about the woman since it's unknown what happened to her after the video, which is what's going to happen. See, that's one of those dead giveaways, right? Like I say this one to my wife all the time. She says, you think the worst things happen. You're always thinking the worst things, and I'm like, well, I ask you, and you just stare at me. You don't tell me anything. If you don't explain to somebody what is going on, what you're thinking, what happened, whatever, they don't just go, "Beep." They immediately try to answer the question, and they come up with whatever answer makes the most sense to them. So if you don't answer the question, I'm going to answer the question. If it comes down to the disappearance of this woman, if we don't know where she is, after such a strange occurrence? Good gravy. Oh, we're back. Was that long enough to make everybody quit? Should have. I would have quit. I would have assumed it wasn't going to work. According to the podcast website, conspiracy theories take a root. One story held that she was taken to a psychiatric institution after being taken into police custody, but this was never proved, according to the podcast. Daily Mail translated the Spanish language newscast about the hotel rent, reporting the newscaster said at the time, "This is the sad reality of young Gabriel Rico Jimenez, who, as you saw a moment ago, tried to attack the police officer who managed to take her." That's just fucking weird. According to the Daily Mail, the case has garnered a cult following. Daily Mail also reported that an anonymous person on the blog called The Black Manic claimed to have spoken to Jimenez and witnessed the incident. Daily Mail quoted the blog as saying, "At the time, I was in the same place as the girl was taken, being detained. She told me that they were all dead, We are among them, among other things, rare." After 20 minutes of being with we read this part. And that's the end. So let's look up, because obviously we're not going to find anything about this broad. So let's look up this fella. Carlos Slim. This guy. If I told you this man had chosen in his background, if I told you his grandfather was chosen, would you believe me?
Yeah.
Seriously? You guys can't do this?
He doesn't know how to do the math.
He does. Why are okay? So have you gone in there with him and he's tried to do it and wasn't able to?
No, but he has
Or are you just saying that because you're being a jerk?
no, because I showed him what he has to do, and he says it's just multiplication. He didn't-
Okay, does that mean he can't do it? Come here, please. I'm sick of you walking away.
I have a D plus.
So you're just being a jerk.
No,
Really?
I want to get this right.
Okay. So he can't show you? You realize you are just being a jerk, right?
Yes, Daddy.
So stop it. I'm still here. Well, good. Glad you're still here. That's good. Carlos Slim. Carlos Slim Hilu Spanish, it's Carlos with a K. Islin Ilu Islim. Born January 28th, 1940. Is a Mexican business oligarch, investor, and philanthropist. In 2010 through 2013, Slim was ranked as the richest person in the world by Forbes Business Magazine. He derived his fortune from an extensive holdings in considerable number of Mexican companies throughout his conglomerate, Grupo Carso. July 2025, the Bloomberg Billionaires Index ranked him as the 18th richest person in the world with a net worth of $100 billion, making him the richest person in Latin America. There are 8 billion people in the world. Think about that. This man is the 18th richest person with $100 billion, and there are 8 billion people in the world. Imagine if this guy just started cutting out $1 million checks. Right? How many people do you, I mean, in 8 billion people, this includes children and, all kinds of different people. So if you eliminated, say, the people that already have $1 million and the children, and, I mean, I guess maybe you don't eliminate, you put the children each get their $1 million in a fund or something, I don't know. But you just start pumping out $1 million checks to people. You don't think that's going to fix the world? You don't think that's going to fix the world and you're not going to be the best person of all time? You don't think if you started pumping out $1 million checks to people and you owned a bunch of product companies, you don't think that would benefit you? You don't think that people would give you back a whole bunch of that money by buying shit? Slim's corporate conglomerate spans numerous industries across the Mexican economy, including education, healthcare, industrial manufacturing, transport, real estate, mass media, mining, energy, entertainment, technology, retail, sports, and financial services. It sounds like he controls everything. I mean, and if you look at it, you're talking about education. Like he controls the minds. This is how you create. You control an entire population by controlling their education, their health care, their industrial manufacturing, their transportation ability, the real estate, where they can live, mass media, what's feeding them, mining, how they get all their shit, energy, the fucking lifeblood, so they can power their homes and shit, entertainment, bread and circus, technology, again, that's a given. Retail, all the stores, sports, bread and circus, and financial services, again, where the people get. This guy controls every aspect of how the Mexican people live, other than the church. But, he does. However, the core of his, those aren't even the core. The core of his fortune derives from telecommunications, where he owns America Movil, with operations throughout Latin America, and the Mexican carrier Telcel and ISP Telmex, a state-run gone private company which maintained a virtual monopoly for many years after Slim's acquisition. He accounts for 40% of the listings on the Mexican stock exchange. Holy shit. He accounts for 40% of the listings on the Mexican stock exchange. 40% of the listings on the stock exchange. Wow. Think about the power someone like that wields. 40% of the stock exchange? As of 2016, he was the largest single shareholder of non-voting shares of the New York Times Company. As of 2016, he was the largest single shareholder of non-voting shares of the New York Times Company. In 2017, he sold half of his shares. Does that mean he's still the largest shareholder? Because that could be it. Social engineering 101. Early life. Let's see. These are always the fascinating parts to me. Slim was born on January 28, 1940 in Mexico City to Julian Slim Haddad. Haddad, huh? That's that real big Mexican name, Haddad. No, seriously, it's Mexican. You've met lots and lots of Mexicans named Haddad. Isn't that strange? I mean, seriously. Come on. His family name is Haddad. And you can't say it in a Mexican way, you know. Haddad is, you know. Like, that's not a Mexican name. You guys following along here? This is one of these accidental things that we do, right? We accidentally find shit like this all the time. And Linda Hilu Atta, both Maronite Christians from Lebanon. Oh, they're Lebanese. They're Lebanese and they're Christians. Man, this whole Christian thing is getting out of fucking control. I've never been more concerned. Like, you would think with so much focus being on Israel. Yeah, that makes sense. That big building right there totally makes sense. You would think, like, I should be a pig in shit right now, right? I should be happy. The things that I've said, the stuff that I've been talking about for a very long time is finally coming out. I'm finally not crazy. Like, it's so interesting to see how, like, just how different it is. You know? My wife can proudly say, semi, at least, yeah, my husband's been calling out Israel forever. Whereas, 5 years ago, if she said anything like that, people would be like, why? What? Why would he ever talk bad about Israel? He's got a lot of frozen OJ. Were you able to show him how to do it? So you guys are just fooling around? How? Why?
That's very easy. He's not wrong. Very, very easy. This is, you got a 7th grade question wrong.
Yeah, well,
24 equals...
you get him wrong all the time, too.
I know, 24 plus...
Okay, so what are we doing here? Why are we even...
No, look. So this is my answer, 5, right? And that's his answer, 8. For this question. What's the correct answer, Dad?
Nate. Why do you think it's 8?
Because 4 times 4 is 16, and what do you have to add to get to 24?
Why were you saying 4 times 4?
Because that's what it is, 4 plus 4, which is... And this
4 plus 4?
4 plus 4 is 8.
Okay.
Ow.
Oh, that hurt? I'm hurting you right now.
Hold my head.
How am I hurting you? I have my hand sitting on your head. Please stop doing stuff because you know the camera's here.
I don't care about the camera.
Obviously you do.
Only 3 people.
Please stop. So, why would this be 4 times 4?
4 plus 4, and then this is times, so it's 4
Why
times
is that?
itself.
Why is that 4 times itself?
Because that's what it is.
Why?
Am I doing my own math into into this?
Okay, the smile on your face means you know what's going on. So why are you doing it like
Who's
this?
right on here? Who's right in here? Stop.
I'm not worried about that one right
I care
now.
about this question so bad.
Because it's the 7th grade question.
Because you got it wrong.
Okay, I got one wrong.
You probably would
Man,
have all these.
I didn't.
Okay, so I'm sorry, guys. I have to go. I'll be back in a minute. My son is taking advantage of the fact the camera's here and this is fun.